I'm Annalise.
And I'm Ashton.
And welcome to Arctic Planet. Today we will be talking about the evolution of polar bears.
Or scientifically said as Ursus maritimus. Wait, Annalise, what even is evolution in the first place?
Evolution is the change of characteristics in a species over several generations.
Here we are in the Alaskan Arctic.
And what do we spot? A polar bear.
Let's dive into how polar bears evolved into what they are today.
Polar bear is a large white Arctic bear that lives on the ice. Polar bears are powerful swimmers and the largest land carnivores. What happened and triggered the evolution of a polar bear in the first place?
Well, Annalise, there is a theory that a significant number of brown bears were isolated from the rest of the population during a time where the world was covered in ice. So the isolated brown bears had to find a way to adapt to the environment they were left to survive in.
What does this have to do with Darwinism? Darwinism is the theory of evolution of a species by natural selection made by Charles Darwin. So what does it have to do with these polar bears?
Well, you see, Darwin had a theory, and it was called natural selection. His theory stated that those individuals which are best adapted to their environment will survive long enough to reproduce and pass on their genes to their offspring.
So this is a perfect example of the theory of natural selection, because during this time, the bears with the best fur color and the warmest coat were able to pass their successful traits on to their offspring.
Wait, but why did the bears with the white fur not survive when the ground was covered in sheets of ice?
It's because of reproductive isolation and in the environment. Because of prezygotic geographical barriers, the white bears were easier to spot. But then, because of glaciation, they became harder to spot, so more of them started surviving.
Let's take a look at all of the adaptations polar bears have acquired.
As you see, polar bears have thick white fur to help with camouflage and insulation against the cold. A genetic adaptation is that polar bears do not need to hibernate because the adaptation converts food into heat and energy, which allows them to stay warm.
Some other adaptations that polar bears have acquired is their large body and small ears, which reduces heat loss, sharp claws and teeth, which helps with catching and eating their prey, a thick layer of blubber, which helps with insulation and storing energy, and strong legs to help with running, swimming, and catching prey.
How do we know that polar bears evolved in the first place?
Because of fossils and DNA. Fossils have helped scientists discover the changes the species has undergone, and DNA has helped the scientists discover when the species originated and how long the species has been around.
Look at homologous structures. Because of homologous structures, we can compare bare bones and polar bear bones and see that polar bears originated directly from grizzly bears. Speaking of originating, when did this species originate?
Well, most scientists say this subspecies originated about 150,000 years ago.
Wow, the species polar bear has been around for that long? I didn't know that.
Actually, polar bears are a subspecies, not a species.
What is the difference between a species and a subspecies?
A species is the largest group within which interbreeding produces viable offspring, whereas a subspecies is a subgroup that successfully interbreeds with other subspecies.
But what is interbreeding?
Interbreeding is the mating between two closely related individuals. In this case, it's bears and polar bears.
I didn't realize the evolution of polar bears was this interesting.
Polar bears are a very specialized species. They evolved to take advantage of the economical niche that they live in.
Because we don't have the adaptations polar bears have, like a warm fur coat, we better get out of here.
You're right.
Bye!
Bye.